Alright, what's good, Profit Hub members? As of right now, I'm gonna do a personal case study since so far I haven't got any, I would say, people to mentor yet. I have started with them, but they haven't got their product yet. Once they get their product in, then I'll start doing my case studies for them. But I want to start doing case studies to show, personal proof that people like you, and just like me, started from nothing and be able to make money online and be able to make some quick money without having to work a 9 to 5, etc. I do work a 9 to 5, um, but we're working on not being able to. So, but I just want to start doing these little case studies to show just personal just personal experience for everybody, and just give you guys belief to show that how people can start making $5,000 months, 1K weeks, 12K weeks, 12K months, just stuff like that. So I have a list of questions on my second monitor, so if you see me looking back and forth, that's why. But yes, um, let's get right into it. I always wanted to resell. I just didn't know, let's say 2020, I want to resell like shoes, freaking Dunks and Jordans and stuff like that. But I never had any of those things. So how was I gonna start reselling? Was none of that. So I wasn't able to start reselling then, but it was always in my mind that I always wanted to. Recently, I came into it with a friend, and he had his own course. It was $200. I had an own service though, like my own service, which I do graphic designing on the side. So with that being said, we were able to trade services. He gave me the information about reselling. I helped him do a few designs for his shop, and there we go. That's what got me into reselling and in the type of resale that I do right now. So what sparked it though, like I told you, like before, was just always wanted to do it. Now I'm able to do it, and now since I was able to do it, my first month from February 23rd to March 23rd, that was my first month of doing resale. Yeah, my first month of doing resale, I personally did, I want to say $4,000 to $5,000 in sales. Later on, I'll put a picture up on the screen to show you guys like a detail of how I made that, what were my pricings and stuff like that. Do you remember your very first sale, and what did you sell, and how did it feel? I My very first sale, I think, was an essential hoodie. And how did it feel? It felt amazing. The fact that I was able to do it. Let me rewind a little bit. My first day of reselling wasn't even at the day. It was at nighttime when I first got the information I posted. It was like 8 p.m. My first night of reselling, I made $800. $800 in the first night. Woke up the next morning with $800 in my cash app from all the sales. How did it feel? It felt crazy to make $800. Like I work a 9 to 5. That is almost how much I make in 2 weeks, and I made it in one night. Once I got that and I seen that, I was like, yeah, this thing's going up. This is for me my first month. This is how it is. Now I already know how I'm gonna scale it and make it even better. And mind you, this was the first night I made all this money. So yeah, that's how I felt. And yeah, I do remember my first sale. It was an essential hoodie that I sold for like $50, $60. I think I made like $30 profit off of it. So I mean, hey, what can I say? That little $30, $20, $10, all of those add up. Profit is profit. You didn't have that extra $30 that you had before. So anything that you make on top of it, even if it's 5, 10, 15, $30, it's still profit regardless. What platforms did you start with and why? The only platforms I personally have sold everything when I make like through my first month and even now is Instagram. All of my sales, I sold one thing on Depop. It was an essential hoodie, and I just sold a Dyson air dryer on Facebook Marketplace. Other than that, I'm not even gonna count those two because those are just like I can say. But here I'm back. Um, oh yeah, what platforms did I start with and why? I've only stuck to IG, really, just because I know from my followers and stuff. I had a clothing brand before and stuff like that. I'm trustworthy. I always sell on time. I always keep updates from people. So I know that with just IG alone, that I was able to that I was going to be able to scale, in which I did. I made 4 to 5 thousand my first month of this just off IG alone, except those outliers. And in those outliers, I'm not even counting into my sales of that month. So even with those two, those are not in my sales. So I still made 4 to 5K off IG alone. Next question. What was your initial strategy when you started reselling? How has it evolved? My initial strategy was just, you know, starting out, seeing how many orders I can get. How could this turn into a full time job, or would it stay a part time side hustle? How would it, excuse me, and how would it expand and stuff like that. So it was really just trying it out, seeing how much I can do, and based off the how my first month, like I said, I made $4,000 to $5,000 in my first month in sales. I would say that the strategy worked. My bad. I would say that the strategy worked, and I'm back with it. Now I would say that my strategy worked, and it will continue working. But now I will start expanding on having my products on hand. Um, Secondly, I will try to expand to make more money to quadruple by being on more platforms like Depop, Mercari, eBay, Marketplace, and even on my Snapchat. So start trying to expand. Um, that's what I'm looking forward to do, is just expanding that and going on to other platforms to sell, so I can make double, quadruple the amount of money that I am now. Next, how do you price your items to stay competitive but still make a solid profit? So, as of right now, kind of, sort of, I'm working with a person instead of like suppliers or vendor, and he has all the stuff that I've been reselling. So basically, what I have been doing is he sells it to me for a certain price. I add my price on top of it, and then I make sure that's competitive with, you know, the what they actually go for the retail price, and I make sure that they're good and be able to fit the needs of my my customers and people who I'm like influencing to buy these products, so my followers. So I just try to keep it in a reasonable price, and also if I want it to be a price that if I saw online and someone else has posted, like, ooh, that's a good deal, let me go grab. So once you start learning that, like, you tend to people's like emotions and how would you feel when you put yourself into the consumer aspect and not the producer, you'll be able to get way more sales. And me doing that made 4 to 5 thousand my first month, just like that. And it was very, very easy. Still working a 9 to 5, still getting everything out in 2 3 days. It was just, just consistently, just money, money, money from doing that strategy. And that's it. Next question: what systems or tools helped you scale your reselling business? I would just say the only tool that really helped was my friend putting me on, and everything else was just me, hustling, posting and keep posting, keep posting, keep posting. Because some days I'll have like 5 people swipe up, they all buy, and then the next day I'll do it and no one will buy, and then I post it again. So the fact that I kept posting and keep on posting and stuff, throwing it into my customers' faces, they realize, oh, this dude's legit. One, second, that he's just serious about it. He keeps pushing it on his story, he keeps posting on his story. So this dude is he's legit. He just wants some money and stuff like that. And boom, I think that's what has made this good. Boom. When did you realize that this could be more than a side hustle? I realized when this could be more than a side hustle, and this is probably will in the near future turn into my full time job. Once I made 4 to 5 thousand in my very first month, that's what made me think, like, okay, this is legit. The business model that I have is going good. I need to keep going good and just keep doing different things. And there's not really many people in my area who even resell or stuff like that in general. So I'm kind of on the edge of that. I have a little edge to people to start. Oh, I mean, sorry. I have a little edge on those people who are trying to or anything like that, because I've already am doing it in my area. And second, with me being able to do these case studies, and once I get more people in terms of like using my mentees and doing more case studies, I just feel like that's just different. Even though it's kind of off topic, it's just different. The only person I've seen do case studies is he's a drop shipper by the name of BSM Fredo. I watch his videos. I love watching his videos. I watch his case studies from time to time and inspiring me to do my own case study and do a series of that to show you guys, to give you guys, like I said before, your own. Like it gives you it's just a confidence booster. When you're watching those, you realize like these people were in the same predicament as me. How can I make money? What's the best way to make money? How can I make it quick? Just stuff like that. And with that being said, that's why I wanted to be the person to be able to be the first person to study. Because I've never seen anybody in the reselling space do case studies, so I wanted to be the first person to do that. What system or tools helped you scale your reselling business? Oh, I already went over that. My bad. Have you outsourced any part of the business? Yes. The things I've outsourced is my little brother. He posts sometimes, um, and he's even told his friends about it and stuff like that. So I made a few sales from word of mouth for my little brother. Every time he gets me a sale or whatever, I obviously give him some money because I wouldn't have been able to get that sale without him. So shout out my little brother Greg. Other than that, I haven't really outsourced. Everything else has just been me. Um, yeah, that's all the questions I had for today. I'm gonna go back, edit this, and you know, edit it, get it right. Um, I'm gonna do more case studies, like I said. First, once I start out my mentorship. Second, when the mentees that I am teaching right now, once they get their products and they sell, I will start doing case studies on them, asking these very same questions or a little bit different questions, but do case studies on them about how much money they made the first month, all these type of questions, blah blah blah. So you guys watching these videos will be able to get the same confidence. You never know who's watching these videos. Fredo just said that in the video I just watched. You never know who's watching these videos and who might get inspired. And today I was inspired to make my first case study for this channel. I'm gonna edit this and put it on YouTube, but also for the Discord. So I kind of lost my train of thought there. I don't know what I was just saying, but with that being said, that would be the end of this case study. More with my mentees when they be successful from selling their first products and stuff like that. So I'll get back to you guys soon. Thank you, PH members, Profit Hub members, for watching. I'm out. Thank you.